November 16th, what have you got for us? Another quite small day, okay? So the only major aspect there is the moon sextiling Mercury and the moon sextiling Mars. That's it. Everything else is a minor aspect and won't feel as loud for most people, okay? So great night to be getting some sleep, because we go from that last aspect just around midnight until 4:24, okay, where the sun's going to make a quincunx with Chiron. Right now this is happening 23 degrees, and like I've been saying, while Chiron is at 23 degrees of its retrograde in Aries, it really wants you to look at how your childhood wound affected your identity and affected your ability to show up as your own authentic self, okay? So this is where this compromise energy comes in, because the sun in Scorpio is fucking here to transform everything, right? So it's trying to help transform part of this childhood wound, and it's trying to help you lift it up and make it a power, right? So we're really wanting to not try to make any decisions, right? Like when you're waking up, if you're feeling a little bit like affected by that Chiron being activated there, don't hold on to anything, right? Because it can be really hard to make a clear decision during that time. Now, thankfully, you'll be asleep anyway, so I don't even think we even need to worry about it. And then we get to 4:40 a.m., right? This is going to be great for clarity. Okay, so Mercury retrograde in Sag. Okay, Mercury retrograding in Sag at 4 degrees. So that's really, be careful around what you're saying within your family space, right? Because 4 degrees is about the family, and it can represent the mother. So just be careful about what your mouth wants to do if you don't want to regret it later, because Mercury is retrograding. And at 4 degrees of Sagittarius is looking for kind of truth, right? It wants wisdom. And so the moon at 4 degrees of Libra it's really focusing on like the security within your relationship or the relationships you have with your family. And so this sextile is really, it wants to show you like the potential in something, okay? It wants to show you like where if you start making more of a conscious effort, and this for a lot of people is going to be about communicating like from a place of like honesty, because a Mercury in Sagittarius placement is someone who speaks their fucking truth, right? Their truth. Just make sure you heard the there beforehand. So we really want this aspect to be helping us have some clarity about how we can communicate, and also giving us clarity in regards to the cause and effect of not speaking your truth or being like overly blunt and overly fiery with how you communicate, right? So it's helping us kind of problem solve something. It's helping us kind of really understand something. And the quintile to Jupiter, it tells me that like something within a family dynamic has affected your ability to have balance in relationships in regards to that. And like maybe you haven't felt very secure. And so then we get 1:16 p.m. We get a sextile to Mars. Now this 8-degree sextile is really nice because it is quite transformative when it comes to your one-on-one relationships in regards to taking action. So earlier when we had the one with Mercury, we were kind of looking at what needed to have action taken. And then the quintile sort of says like, put some shit in order and really understand what it's worth holding on to and what's worth letting go of about those inner programs. And then the sextile to Mars is like, well, fucking transform it. Let's go. Right. And then when we do that, very interestingly, the sun will move to 24 degrees of Scorpio. Now, 24 degrees is the Pisces degree, and it's about integration of the wisdom of the lesson, okay? So with the sun at the 24 degrees of Scorpio, we really start to be able to integrate and understand and move through some of these things that we've had this Scorpio season showing up for us, right? Now, the moon at 9 degrees of Libra is helping you look at these things that need to be kind of made into wisdom in a lot of ways, like, or something that you need to learn a little bit more about. And so because this is a semi-square, it can be a little bit frustrating, and it's sort of really, it's asking you, is it worth having these inner beliefs around one-on-one relationship dynamics? Is that balanced? And have I integrated and understood both the pros and the cons of some of my relationships, right? Semi-square to Lilith gives that same kind of energy of like, is it worth it? But this time it's more about you, right? Because the moon at 11 degrees, that's an Aquarius degree. And so it's like, if you want an authentic relationship, is it worth holding on to guilt and shame or misunderstandings or being paranoid or being secretive or like not really speaking up for what it is that you actually want, right? And 26 degrees being a Taurus degree and Lilith in Scorpio being very much about sexual energy. For a lot of people, this could be a moment where you start to realize that there are some needs, right? Some spicy needs that you don't feel worthy of because you feel like they're too weird. And this is kind of where you really want to be noticing whether or not the people you have around you, especially these one-on-one dynamics that would involve your spicy time, whether they allow you to be yourself or whether you feel like you're a character in that way, okay? Because Lilith won't like it if you're being a character, okay? Now, this semi-sextile to Venus afterwards, that helps because it's like, is it worth it? And then the semi-sextile sort of says, like, is there an outworn situation that we need to let go of? And that's going to be in regards to the secrets that you keep about who you really are in relationships. It's going to be about the secrets of your true weird self, right? And if you think about the idea of Libra, before it sort of learns some of its lessons, and even then still, it wants other people to be happy with the way that it's showing up. It wants that first and foremost. It's how it's programmed. And so when we're thinking of like, how are you being authentic and how are you allowing your weird self to kind of shine through in these dynamics, the moon at 11 degrees of Libra kind of says like, did you think about yourself and how comfortable you were to hide or show that part? And like, can we transform some of it? Can we like get to the bottom of it, right? Scorpio always wants to like get into the depths of what the feelings are underneath. And so it's like we're moving through that 6:50 p.m. to 8:14 p.m. We're sort of moving through places that we've felt unworthy, places that we haven't felt worthy of being our raw, primal, weird fucking self in relationships. And we're sort of asking, is it worth holding on to these people or this mentality if I'm sort of feeling like I can't be myself, right? And so then at 8:59 p.m., a little bit of stress because that Sag Mars in that transformation degree of 8 degrees is like, let's go, childhood wound. You have got some transformation to be working on. And it's sort of going to be showing you where you've gotten yourself stuck, right? Either in a compulsive behavior, an obsessive behavior, and where you need to now make a fucking decision, because I'm telling you, a Mars at 8 degrees of Sagittarius wants to fucking move, okay? So pretty short day, which is actually quite nice. A nice little cruisy Sunday. Could get a little bit finicky there in the evening around that 9 p.m. So just be aware of that. But otherwise, enjoy the day and stay weird.